Oh, hey, just home from Tiffin City, Ohio. And yeah, that's a halo on my head. You see that light coming down? Yeah, buddy. That is a halo. Anyway, gotta maybe create a blog or something. I gotta think of a name for it. I thought of a couple of ideas for a name, but haven't come across anything I really like yet. This is March 2022. About 6 weeks. I'll be 66 years old. 66 years young. But anyway, came from an appointment this morning at Tip and Eye Center just about 6 weeks ago. Uh, Noticed a mouse run across the floor. And outside the next day or so, saw a bird fly by, low to the ground. Or so I thought. It wasn't a bird, wasn't a mouse. It was something with my eye, my left eye. Um, Long story short, may have the beginning of some retinal detachment. Now, science sounds kind of scary, and I guess in extreme cases it could be, but this isn't really uncommon for as people get older. And you're getting older too, not just me. As people get older, the gel in the back of your eye, as I understand it, is attached to the retina. And over time, over years, that starts to pull away from the retina and then eventually start to dissolve isn't the word, but it starts to liquefy a little bit. And it can cause what even the eye doctor calls floaters. Now, I don't like to call it floaters because that gives me a whole nother concept. But I called it a mouse running across the floor. You know, out of the blue, this little black speck at the 8 o'clock point on a clock. If I'm looking straight ahead at a clock, it'd be at the 8 o'clock hour. And I'd see it and then I'd look and there's no mouse there. But and it wasn't even as big as a mouse. But anyway, my point is, get to the point, Poe. Maybe that's the name of my blog. Get to the point, Poe. I like that. Anyway, my point is, I'll be 66. This I'm making primarily for my children in their 40s or late 30s in one case. Anyway, you got about 20 years to go, but don't uh, don't think it's not going to come around that you may see a floater in a couple 20 years or so, maybe sooner, because one of the factors that can lead to that can easily be smoking. And not a scare tactic, just telling you the way it is. That could be another name for the blog, The Way It Is. That was one of Father Poe's favorite sayings. That's just the way it is. But anyway, yeah, floaters and smoking, eye care. Keep it in mind, look into it. Don't write it off, and try to cut out that smoking. You'll benefit all the way around. But besides that, I still loves you. And I was getting my head ahead of myself at the eye doctor, and I said, worst case scenario, if things got worse progressively over the next years or even year, surgery, what? And she described, no, no. But I said, you know what? Next time somebody gets ahead of themselves and they're on page 13 and you're on page 2, when they ask a question like worst case scenario, am I going to need surgery? You just look at them and say something I heard on the Andy Griffith show this morning. Don't go counting your peaches before they're all fuzzed up. And that's my word of wisdom to you. Don't be counting your peaches before they're all fuzzed up. And yeah, that's enough for today. See ya.